Hello, alright, how's it going? Welcome to a brand new episode. Obviously, there's a pre-made game playing in the background, but obviously, we're going to be talking about the start of the season. We're going to go through 3 sections here in this. Oh, it's going to be one big video. Anyway, we're going to go through it quickly and roughly. So, as you can see right now, we got is the Hull versus City game. Actually, you know what? I'm going to slow this down a bit so we may be able to enjoy it a bit, but also have a good discussion. Anyway, so far we reached about end of August, and obviously that's all the transfers are already sorted, and the fact that we are now looking at is where we are. So at the moment we are about 10th place in the league with 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. It's going to be very tough. All the games, majority of the games were actually kind of crazy. Nice save. There wasn't really much on stat-wise. Obviously, Hull is Hull. The fact that we're playing Hull in the Premier League is going to be a tough situation. Our goal is to try and hit 16th place. If we get past 16th place, you know, I think that's a good, positive situation. It's going to be a rough season, and I'm hoping to do quite well. You obviously want to know of the transfers, because transfers are the most important, and transfers is what you want to know. So we did some crazy. Obviously, I just mentioned actually one name that is new. We thought, consider the fact is we're going into the Premier League, we need to make some big signings and some very good ones as well. So anyway, signing wise, we have brought in various players like from Crystal Palace, Tyreek Mitchell. Tyreek Mitchell, we got on 10 million plus a part exchange. I think we part exchanged, who was it? Alfie Jones? I think it might have been Alfie Jones. No, actually Ross Sykes. Alfie Jones was another one. We also got Joe Worrell as also a player that we got in from Nottingham Forest for 10 mil for part exchange, and that was Alfie Jones for that part exchange. So that was two defense. We tried to upgrade the defense a bit. We brought in another player at the last minute, Aldrich Polar from Slavia Prague, as we were needing a new. Well, we need new goalkeepers, and you'll find out in a minute why. Angus Gunn, we also got in as a goalkeeper for 4 million. We also brought in Idem Ida from Norwich for 2.5 mil. They were actually giving him off on a transfer. They were giving up on a transfer, and we thought it would be best to bring him in. He had a good season with us. You know, I thought, why not? We also brought in Henrik Heckheim for 2.4 mil because he was going on a very good deal. And the fact he actually played with us previous season and he did really well, so I thought we will continue on the partnership, and he did very well with it. We also got Morgan Rogers, a little bit over the top signing, but because we already had a lot of attacking players, but that is no problem. We also got in Andrew Locus Johnson. If you remember him, we had him on loan with us because we couldn't sign him properly. But we managed to get him in, and it was good. We also got in a lot of free players. So we got in Matthew Dennis, Ione T. Yari Versharon was on free, which was kind of surprising. Actually, no, he was going to be losing the contract. We got him in, and then Hannes Del Croix was by end the contract as well when we bought both of them in. We got Daniel Podence on for free from Wolves. We have Colin Dagba on free from Paris Saint-Germain. And Leighton Clarkson came in from Liverpool, but I think that was a little bit of a flop as well. But we'll see. Obviously, bringing all these players means that we had to get a loose player. So we sold off Joe Itakura for 12.5 mil to AEK because of the fact that we needed. Well, we all had him over for free. It was going to be profit anyway, so to me it was kind of good, and the fact that we bring all these defenders in, so it was okay to sell them off. Greg Doherty ended up leaving because of the fact that we couldn't give him many games, and I felt he was going to end up having less games because of all the good players we were bringing in. So we ended up giving them off to Dundee United for 9.75 mil. Liz Musset went to SK Rapid Vienna for 8.75 mil because he had a bad season with us. We had to get rid of him, so we got rid of him. Danny Welbeck ended up going to APOL for 775k. Peter Dolan went to MK Dons for 94k. Dermy Lusala went to Wickham for 130k. Charlie Savage went to Mansfield for 37k. Whenever we're going to go and skip into January's time, end of January time, so you can get to see how the team did. And then also if we got any January transfers. Anyway, let's go over to that. Oh, we are here with February. Well, technically it's January. We've done the January transfer, and we are here with the 1st of February. this is going to be what the table looks like right now. We are doing really bad, like so bad. It's just, oh, I am struggling, but we're not too bad on the basis that we can still try and crawl our way back up. The only problem is we are having a lot of situations or problems. A lot of problems are going through possession, attacking. We have nobody who's scoring a lot of goals, and that's a big problem, and we're not able to. But that doesn't matter. This is the stats how it is. Here is a team detail, so you can actually see what's going on in general. Games without winning, we've gotten 6, which is very bad. But we need to try and sort that out. Player detail wise, I mean, Collar is still going. Collar's still up there. Clearance by Worrell is actually not bad. It's okay. We still have the second half of the season. We did do some transfers though, which I'm hoping they will help out. So let's go and check this a bit. Players that has left. So obviously we had a lot of players leave because of the fact they weren't getting many games with us, and they decided they want to leave. They put in a transfer request and they decided to go. So like Daniel Puddens, he decided to go. He didn't do too bad. I mean, he only played 2 games, but he was a nice player to have. He decided to leave. He did come on a lot of times as a sub. Adam Ida decided he wanted to go, but we ended up putting him out on loan. Leighton Clarkson left for a park exchange. Malik Wilkes, we ended up selling for 3 mil because we weren't really using him. He only played 1 game this season, so we weren't really using him, so we ended up selling him off. Freddie Woodman decided that he wanted to go because he wasn't getting any games with us, and he only had 4. He wasn't getting any games, and he said, you know what, I want to leave. He ended up leaving. Same with Kenya Leshabella. He ended up also going because he wasn't getting enough games. He was getting a couple games on as a sub, but that's otherwise. So he ended up also going. Also, who ended up going is Hannes Delcroix, who had 6 games. He was being a backup, and he wanted proper games. Even with all these players being sold out, we obviously had to bring players in. So we brought in Anel Ahmed Ozik as a defender to help out in defense, to help. It's just more like because I feel we need to cut down the amount of goals going in. David McPherson was just a youngster for offense. Billy Gilmore we ended up bringing in to help out in midfield and maybe attacking because I feel like we weren't having enough possession, so we ended up getting him in for a nice deal. Came in for 7.5. Then David McPherson came in for 1.3. Ahmed Dozik came in for 11.5. Tom Davis we got from Everton for the part exchange with Clarkson to help out in midfield, also to add more possession. We also brought back the one, the only Kane Lewis Potter, back to the club because we needed attacking players since we got rid of Malik and Leshabella. So we ended up deciding to bring our boy back, and we got him. Wait, I wonder if we got him cheaper than we sold. We sold him for 7.5 and we bought him back for 10. So we only lost 2.5 in that situation. Oh, that's okay. And also we got Jason Malumbi for free, another midfielder to add to the backup. And got Kyle Joseph, a striker we brought in, youngster. Thought it might be okay. And finally, Ethan Ampadu, we got him for 5 mil, who I hope will do quite well for us. So you see a lot of them being midfielder. We didn't get. It's not hard for us to get a striker. It's hard for us to get a striker who's in form. A lot of strikers that I really wanted to try and get in that were in form were more expensive, which is fine. It happens. It's expected. But nonetheless, hopefully these players will help out and back, so then we maybe can get some draws, because that's the main thing, is getting draws. Here's the schedule, what it looks like. I mean, we had a pretty decent start of the season, and it just kind of went all downhill for us. And here and there we won games. I think surprising one we won was Arsenal. We won. Here and there we won a couple of games, and now we're trying to. I guess in a way we're trying to make sure we make it above 16th place, I suppose, in a sense, but we'll have to see. We have a lot of big games coming up, so it's going to be rough. Anyway, let's go down to the end of the season so you can get to see what it ends up being in the end of it all. We are here with the end of the season. We have a game in the background, but don't worry about that. We're going to give you all the update now. We have some amazing news. We have gotten relegated. Let's go! Big bug, big bug, big bug. Obviously, it was a sadly rough season for us, and there were many mistakes I made, which did falter towards it. But also, there were many incidents that happened through the league, which also hit us pretty hard with it. So we couldn't reach the 16th place in Premier League. I did think it was going to be tough, and it's down to my own fault for that, but it is what it is. We did end up in 18th place with 34 points, 8 wins, 10 draws, and 20 losses. The stats, we didn't really do much amazing in that, so we don't really see that. But here in the squad, you get to see how we did. Here we're going to go through some of the small details. And the top 3 people who played most games in the season were Jacob Greaves, Charlie Patino, and Florian Bulgan. Henrik Ekheim wasn't too far behind, and neither was Philip Grinic. The most player with the most goals were Florian Bulgan with 7, which is very disappointing considering the fact that the previous season in the Championship he's scored by 17 goals. He was promising, he was amazing, it was going to be wild, and then we go to the Premier League and he only scored 7, so it's like, makes me think whether there was a big huge gap between it, or the fact that the team wasn't ready to challenge. But nonetheless, I was impressed though that Keane Lewis Potter, who was only been there for half a season, scored about 5 goals and didn't do too bad on performance-wise. So that was kind of like a big interesting situation. Most assists goes to Charlie Patino, of course, our boy, our lone boy. He scored about 10 goals, and honestly, the way he's been performing and the way he's been playing, I honestly might maybe buy him next season. I don't know. We'll have to see. But nonetheless, he is very, very good, and I think it'd be very promising. Billy Gilmore didn't do too bad either. He's had 4 assists, and when you look at his appearance and rating and stuff, he didn't do bad either. Finally, we're going to go into top 3 average ratings. Goes to, well, the problem is we could go top 3 average rating, but you got like certain players that played less than 5 games and got really good rating, so that's going to be a little bit weird. So what we're going to do is the ones that played more than 10 games, so that would go down to Angus Gunn, Billy Gilmore, and Anel Ahmedozzi. That doesn't mean Jacob Greaves, Charlie Patino, and Florian Bulgan didn't do bad. They did very well actually. They played more games, so for them over time rating did go a little bit more down. It was very sad though that the bottom 3 players that did really bad was Pedro de la Vega, Colin Dagba, and Jairo Redoveld. All 3 of those players were bought in the summertime, being brought over to play, and they didn't really do that amazing. They did really bad, which makes me think maybe they were the issue in the team, or maybe those positions were the issue in the team. I don't know, but it definitely says that they didn't make a great impact, so they will probably be sold in the end of the season. So we're going to find out at the end of this game is how well the team did, or actually not even that. We're going to find out, will I be still signed next season? Will I be still there with the club next season? And this will leave you all the question. Should I continue on? Should I do another episode? Would you guys like to see another episode where I go try and push the team again? Or, to try and get back to the Premier League and then try and get that 16th place? Or do you guys think, it's done, we're going to try another save? But then again, I won't be trying another save though. We're going to be rolling. We're going to roll at the end of this episode, the next save. So this is entirely up to you. If you want this for us to do another episode and continue on to see how well we do, I will do another probably 2 episodes, because we're in 1 episode for Championship, 1 episode for the Premier League maybe, to get back in, kind of thing. If you guys want to see it, hit a like on the button, which will basically then help out, but also the fact that it will indicate to me that you know, we should do another season or another episode anyway to try and continue on the whole deal. I do want to try other teams, do other kind of guys, do other revivings. Obviously, not all of them are going to be successful, but we can definitely say that we did quite well with Hull. You know, we showed that Hull can produce some good stuff, and we did show the fact that you know, we did bring some promising things to Hull. It's just very unfortunate that the end of this all does end up being us relegated. But that's not the bad thing. That can still lead to something good. But no, let me know. Anyway, so good news is the fact that we did not get sacked. We are in the championship. We are losing players because they want to play with a big team, so there will be players gone. There will be players that we're going to try and bring in, but that is something for the next episode. But like I said, we will not be doing another episode unless you guys want to see another one, because I do want to play other teams as well, go through other clubs, because it'll be interesting to try them all, and I want to give them all a fair share. So if you want to see another one, give it a like. If we get about 5 likes on this video, I will do another episode. If not, that is no problem. But it was a very nice experience to play this game, or actually play this club. We went in with a good intention, and we went in with a good thought process. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't bring a double whammy in the end of doing better. But I mean, with this team, it's actually not that bad of a team. Once you get out of debt, it's actually not that bad, and I think you could do quite well. Anyway, remember to subscribe, like, and comment if you like to do so. By all means, I do stream every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. British time. You're more than welcome to check me out on YouTube Live. I do stream on Twitch from Wednesday to Sunday at 7:30 p.m. UK time. You're more than welcome to also check me there and have a conversation with me. Anyway, catch you later. See you next time. Hope you have a nice day and good time. See you. Bye bye. Okay, let's see who we're gonna get for the next guide and revival episode. Let's see. Blackburn Rovers. Interesting. Let's see how we do with Blackburn Rovers.
Yo, what's going